So hi everyone. Today I am here with Nimbus 23, which is a lead code like coding platform for all the students here. So let's see how we coded it. Once the login is done, you will be able to see all the questions that are there and what is your progress. So how many questions have you done from the existing questions? So let's see. Suppose this is the code, right? And if you put a only here, and you can see how many test cases are working and how many failed. So I'll show you how it works. So this is my React. Just a second. Yeah, so in this React we have used code mirror, and in this code mirror we are allowing, this is the code mirror section actually, where you can see the code and everything is written similar to a text editor. And in this you can give your theme, and when you are changing it, we are going to handle change section, and we are storing the code that you have written in a state. And once you have done everything and you click on evaluate button, we will be hitting the API with a post request slash execute. So let's see what is there in slash execute. So if you go to router, in this slash execute, we will be working with this code execute function, and in this function we are sending code id and email. And from here we are taking this pre code, and I'll show you what pre is actually. So pre is this thing, and I'll discuss more about all the things. So let's see. Another is code, the code that you have written, this one, this section actually. And then the next one is code details dot post. So what is post? I'll show you in my database. So this is post actually. So post is basically for reading all the command line arguments that are being sent. So in post we are reading first argument as a, second as b, and third argument as result. And then add is the function. So we are running, like we are printing what this add function returns. And when you write your code, right, it is being compiled in this test.py in this form. You can see you wrote this define this function with return a. And in this section, this is a pre, where we are appending, like we are importing this is for reading the command line argument. And this is the actual thing that we have written to evaluate to evaluate your code based on the command line arguments, and and based on that we are printing, and we are comparing it. So let's see. So in this case what happens is, we are taking an input array. So this input array is in test cases dot input. I'll show you. So this is input array. Okay, and the expected output, which is 5. So 2 plus 3 should be 5, right? So it is here. And here we are putting the options in arguments. I'm sending input array 2 comma 3, which is which I showed you, this 2 comma 3. And output, which is 5. So there are three arguments basically, a comma 2 comma 3 comma 5. So this we have written for the same, for reading 2 comma 3 comma 5, and then we are printing those on the basis of this add function. And suppose you are returning 2, so this function will return 2, and 2 does not equal to the expected output 5, right? So that's why it is printing the false. So in this Python results, we will be printing, okay, we will be sending this to our Python function, or we will be sending this to Python shell. Python shell will compile all the code and return you the result. Suppose in your case we have written 2, so it will be 2, and 2 does not equal to expected output, which is 5, so that is false. So in this way we are sending true and false, and based on that only we are counting the stars. So what is the true count upon the total count? So on the basis of that we are sending you the stars, and we are showing you, and we are saving the stars earned. And we are sending what are your test results, like true true false, or true false comma false. So it is in the array of true and false. So we are sending how many test cases you passed and what are your stars. So let's see. This is how Python shell works. I can show you. Yeah, this is so I'm using this library Python shell. You can read the documentation out, and you can see how the compiler thing works, and you can do your modification. So you can see in this way we are passing the argument value 1, value 2, value 3. So similarly what I was passing there. So now let me try a plus b. You can see it's suggesting me as well. So this is the application of code mirror actually. Now you can see I passed all the test cases, and if I go back I'll be able to see 5 stars in this. So this is how it works. We are sending the code from here. We are saving its compilement thing in our database only. So that we can do it specific to question. You can see for each question it is different. For array kind of question it is a bit different. So that is all. you can see this is for array, so we are not using int here because it is an array. So this is how it works.